Shalom, shalom. This your brother, Servant Shiloh. I'm coming at you from the City of Refuge, Homestead. And this is...
Sister Danielle.
That's right. And it's been a while since we checked in with you guys, but we're here today. We have some good news.
We are truly grateful and blessed to have a community of family and friends that has been helping us,
Yes.
and not only with donations, but mentally and spiritually, just guiding us and giving us strength with kind words. So
That's right. That's right. So we have some of the names written down here, actually.
yeah.
Wanted to make sure we mentioned everybody this time around.
Right.
So if we mentioned you in the previous video, thank you again, right?
Yes.
We continue to thank you, but these are the names that we missed.
Yes, and some new names that need to be added.
Yes. Brother James Israel, Eli, shalom to you. Thank you so much. Brother Cocoon from Texas, we appreciate you. Thank you so much, Brother Cocoon. Sister Lalani, Brother Akichita, Jason Camphor, Sanders Capers, the Brother Benayah. Thank you, Brother Benayah. And a very, very old school friend of mine, Jesse James.
Jesse James.
We appreciate you so much, Brother Jesse. Sincerely. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you all.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We can't do it alone.
Yeah, we can't do it alone.
We can't do this alone. Go ahead.
If I look down, that's just because I have notes. We've been wanting to do like an update video for quite some time. So we've just been taking notes and writing things down. So if I'm looking down, that's because I just want to make sure that we hit all the points.
Right.
And like Brother Shiloh said, we can't do it without community.
That's the whole purpose of this walk.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's the whole purpose of this walk.
Right.
Establishing community.
Mm-hmm.
I make it clear in many of my videos, I can't do this by myself. Now I'm just one man. So any help that does come in, we truly do appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
You got something you want to add?
Yeah, whether it be financially, spiritually, and we're really looking for brothers and sisters that would like to come and actually put their hand to the plow.
Right.
And there's so much that needs to be done. The trees have to be cleared in order for us to be able to expand
and put the barracks. I have a plan. I know when people hear the word barracks, they get, I guess you want to say turned off immediately. When brothers and sisters hear the word barracks, they get confused and they don't really know what's going on because it is a military term. But at the end of the day, it's just a term that I'm using to express how we have to build dwellings here,
right, for
people who will come,
right, and who want to come,
right,
and help and learn. Right. This is kind of, our vision is like an each one teach one kind of situation.
That's right.
Where we can have people come who want to learn and see if they can thrive off grid. We have the opportunity to stay with a brother and sister for 2 weeks, and we just glean so much from that experience.
Right.
And that is something that we're hoping for other people who want to come here, and the dwellings will make it more comfortable for people to stay. Right. And then we also are looking for people who want to stay, long term. And obviously we're going to have to vet those people. We're not going to have random people around our children. And we've built, what's the word I want to use? We have peace here.
Right.
So we just want to keep that shalom. So it's very important that whoever we decide to come here, we're on the same page.
Right.
In terms of beliefs and priorities and vision, because we really want this to be a refuge, right, for people.
That's right.
Yeah. And I remember growing up always having someone on my couch, and I don't know, like, I don't know if anybody can relate. We always had somebody that had to stay on the couch or in the basement. And, when I was younger, it was annoying. It was like, why is, someone's always here. But when you get older, you realize that life be lifing.
Life does life.
And sometimes you just need a refuge. Sometimes you just need a reset.
Right.
And I know Brother Shiloh has been very candid about his experience in being homeless.
Right.
And having someone extend that refuge to him. And that's the purpose of what we're trying to do here.
That's right.
And if it be the Most High's will, it will come to fruition.
Yes. And in addition to that, the refuge and the reset, it comes with responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with not just coming here and being here.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with working the property, understanding how to survive out here,
Mm-hmm.
And getting your life together. The reason why community is important, it's because community can breed strength.
Mm-hmm.
It can pull strength out of brothers.
Right.
Living out here will either make or break you.
That's a fact.
Living out here will make or break you.
That is a fact.
It's not, what you see on YouTube is not always fun when you're out here really doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want brothers and sisters to understand that.
Mm-hmm.
We want to help. We want to do everything in our power to help.
Mm-hmm.
But we understand that we can't do it alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to talk off of topic or anything like that.
No, this is right on cue.
In this community, there's many fundraisers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got fundraisers, to have music concerts, fundraisers to have fashion shows, fundraisers to send brothers around the world. Where are the fundraisers to build homeschooling centers? Where's the fundraisers to grow, to help brothers and sisters grow sustainable gardens and to get their hands on livestock? This is, you see, priorities. Priorities are not where they should be. And that's, in my opinion. Who am I? What do I know? Right? But I feel like if priorities were more in order, a lot more could be accomplished. You got something you want to add?
Yeah. And just to clarify, we're referring to the Israelite community, for those of you that may be new here to our channel.
Right.
Yeah. And, we need to create those systems so that we can safeguard each other, and so that we don't have to go out into the world per se, that we can reach into our own pool and help each other. Right. And, I know that Brother Shiloh has been working really hard at creating networks with different people and communities, trying to get that going, making those bridges, because the idea would be that if my land produces tomatoes and somebody else's land can produce cucumbers and somebody else's land can do the livestock, then we can buy from our own community and even extend out to the poor.
Right. Which we should, because that is commanded too.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that's the vision. I mean, it's a large goal, and, I'm praying daily on it and asking the Most High to guide our steps with wisdom, to give us a spirit of integrity and clarity and peace, so that we can do this with the right intentions, and right. Having the right mindset, so that when people do come, that they're not destroyed.
Right.
because,
yes,
you know,
destroyed.
You can see from other communities, people are being destroyed. And that's not the idea. The idea here is for people to be strengthened to do their own thing. Like if a brother and his family comes here and they are saving money and learning these skills, they can go and then buy land down the road or in another state and then replicate what we did. And then we can go and stay with them and help them get set up, get their water supply. Like learning all these things here, hands on, I think is going to be so beneficial. Because sometimes people don't know where to start. You know, sisters have asked me,
or who to trust.
Sisters have asked me, how do you, wash dishes, and how do you get your water? How do you get your power? You know, if we've gone through those steps and those trials, we can share that with you all, and then you can go forth and conquer. And then for those who, want to stay and build, here, that is an option if it be the Most High's will.
If it be the Most High's will,
yeah.
Yes. And we need, and we are praying that the Most High sends people who have a fervent zeal for this.
Right.
Because you can't be out here lukewarm. With this. Or nothing's going to get done.
Right.
You either have to be in or out. Because this is not for the weak at all. Quick 1-2 over here. The Bible, the law, and the commandments should be our common interest. Right? That should be the common interest of anybody claiming to be an Israelite. Within the commandments, within the Bible, we are commanded to practice husbandry. And this is why this whole push for starting the garden, getting the livestock, that's why it's very important, because we have to do the things that Israelites did if we are going to call ourselves Israelites. That's it. You got something to add?
Yeah, just rehearsing the righteous acts.
Right.
So that when what we know is the inevitable to happen, we have built up our skills.
Right.
And we have built up our storehouse. And that way we're not at a baseline of panic. When things in the grocery store start to dwindle.
Right.
And policies start to change that are affecting people all across, whether it's Israelite, non-Israelite, everybody's being affected. At this point, we have built up the muscle. We've learned how to make our own bread. We've learned how to garden. We learned how to till. We know what grows in what season and what doesn't, so that we're not directly affected by some of those things that are predicted to come. And then we have a network, a community of people that we can rely on, because everybody's doing a piece of the work. That's why community is so, that's why community is so important. One person can't do it all. You cannot do this alone. And in regards to, being off grid, being in the wilderness per se, you do have to strengthen your mind for that. It's not for the weak.
It's not.
There are things that you have to do every single day, whether you like it or not. The animals have to eat every day. Whether you're sick, whether you're tired, they need food every day.
Water.
They need water every day. There are maintenance things that come up that you do not realize. Just last week, the bed in our room broke.
Right.
Brother Shiloh had to run outside and get some scrap
piece of wood, scrap wood,
and fix the bed.
Rig it back up. Yeah.
Just random stuff.
Random stuff happens. You got to be prepared. You have to be the carpenter, the plumber, the mechanic. You have to be a little bit of everything out here.
Yeah.
So, again, what we are attempting to do is to restore and strengthen.
Right.
And to prepare for what is to come, inevitably.
Right.
We've heard all of our elders talking about it. We've heard all of the teachers talking about it. And this is the time. This is the time. Go ahead.
Yeah. And just moving with wisdom, move with wisdom. Um, you have to have a plan. You have to move with wisdom when you're out here, and you have to rely on the Most High. You have to be
Yeah.
rooted in your faith.
You got a plan, like you said.
Yep.
You got a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Everything must be planned.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be out here just fumbling around day to day, just don't know what's going on, what's up, what's down. You have to get rooted and focused. Water, power, security. That's where we start.
Mm-hmm. And having those things in place definitely makes everything else easier. And then having a dwelling space, a house to cover shame.
Right.
Some people can, do it in a tent, if that's your prerogative. Some people we're in an RV. Some people need to build a space or have a cabin.
Right.
But it is essential to have a house to cover shame.
Right.
Because when the days are hard and you're exhausted, you need a place to go. You need some refuge.
Comfortability.
You need some comfort.
Yeah.
And having water, power, security, whether that be cameras or your animals, your dogs, is essential when you are out here.
Right.
In the quote unquote wilderness.
In the wilderness. Off the grid.
Off the grid. Yep. Yeah. And as far as winter goes, we have been preparing in terms of, getting our stores together with the propane. Right. The brothers and the sisters that have sent us resources to help us to get through the winter. That has been like a game changer, because that helps us to kind of prioritize on other things.
Right.
We had to get propane. We had to get gas
in abundance.
Because God forbid we get stuck here. If it snowed, that was our thought process.
Right.
We wouldn't be able to get down the road easily. In addition to that, we bought insulation.
Yes.
Skirting
for the RV.
The RV, and we'll show you guys that. And then we had to make sure that our animals were well tucked in as well.
Right.
Making sure they had insulation and
shelter.
That they can endure.
Right.
Throughout the winter. That's why being prepared and moving with wisdom is so important. In the summertime, you got to be thinking about the winter.
Right. Yeah.
In terms of being prepared. Also, we'll show you, we had to create some sort of structure for the generator.
Right.
We upgraded our generator because you can't just have your generator exposed. Right. Also, just being resourceful, knowing where you can get free stuff, pallet wood, and making connections. Not only we've made connections on YouTube, but also in our own community. Right, in our community, in where we live, where we can get information about where there's supplies or resources, or
free
neighbors.
Sawdust, free wood, free metal roofing.
Right.
Sorry, give me 1 second. You have to be able to communicate with your neighbors.
Yes. Other nations.
You have to.
It is what it
is. Because if you don't, all the secrets that they hold, you'll never know. These are the spoils of Egypt. It's not just money, gold, and silver. It's knowledge that they have. Yep. A lot of these people, they know how to build. Mm-hmm. They know how to hunt, skin animals.
Yep.
You know what I mean? These are the things that they know. So it would behoove all of us to humble ourselves down enough to learn something from somebody who is a non-Israelite,
right?
Because they know things you don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. It's definitely important for sure. And we've made those connections in our community and, with our neighbors. And that has been a tremendous help as well. Just trying to get through.
Right. That's right.
Do you have anything you want to add in regards to wisdom?
You know,
because that right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Wisdom.
Wisdom is the principal thing. Telling you.
That's it. Yeah. You know, all the deep mysteries, knowing all the deep stuff in the scriptures will not prepare you for this.
No, it will not.
It will not. You know, knowing the 4 beasts in the book of Daniel and the 12 feathers in the book of 2nd Esdras, and you know, the 24 elders in the book of Revelation, none of that's gonna help you out here.
Nope.
At all. It won't. Go ahead.
But what will help you is, you know, having your house in order.
Yes.
You know, sisters, having your mind together, having your mind right, guiding your house, creating rhythms and routines.
Right.
If you have children
that bring comfort.
Yeah. Because, you know, sometimes Brother Shiloh is moving from the time he wakes up until it's dark. You know what I mean? So, you know, having a loving, quiet, peaceful home is going to make this experience even better. And, you know, being content with where you are and what you have in that season, knowing that you're sowing seeds for the future, and being patient, because things don't always come as fast as you want them to.
Yeah.
And you also have to learn to be flexible and forgiving and thinking on the fly. And you really can't have your emotions, you know, in the way, because essentially it's going to destroy your house. You know, a wise woman builds her house.
That's right.
Not tear it down.
The book of Sirach reminds us that a wicked wife abateth the courage, and maketh heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. Go ahead.
Yep. So that basically sums it all up. You know, this environment is very stressful. There is a lot of pressure day to day.
Right.
So you have to make a choice in your mind if you're going to live in the chaos or you're going to embrace it and to control it to some extent, and to just be flexible, to be movable, to be moldable, to allow Yah to mold you wherever you are in your season, especially when you're here.
Right.
Because there's so much that has to be done. You either have a stressful environment where there's chaos, or you can have a peaceful environment where there's serenity, clarity, and cooperation and communication.
Right. And communication
is essential. Yes. I had mentioned this to a sister that I was speaking to, that, you know, before making this decision, you really have to get on the same page, you know, with your husband.
Right.
You know, we believe that a wife should obey their husband.
Correct.
So you need to be in line with his thinking, his thought process, his vision, so that he can go forth and do the work that the Most High has put in his heart.
And if his thinking process is, you know,
chaotic
or not where you think it should be,
right?
You know, you need to sit back, pray for that man, speak with him,
with kindness,
and exhort him to get around brothers who are going to help him.
Right. Accountability is so important, even for myself. You know, having sisters that I can speak to. I don't always get to speak on the phone often because I am busy, but
Right.
When I am able to make those connections, it is, food for my soul.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's so important to be on the same page, to have good communication, to understand the vision.
Right.
Because if one person's thinking this and one person's thinking that, it creates a mess.
There is no community.
You have to be able to be on the same page. You know what I mean? There's a common goal, there's a common vision, and nobody's pride or ego is getting in the way of that common vision.
Right.
And we have to submit ourselves to our husbands as they're supposed to submit themselves to us. But we are, even if your husband is not on that page or is walking contrary, it's your responsibility to pray for him, to strengthen him in prayer, to lead with kindness, because soft words turn away wrath.
Right.
Every time. And you have a Father in heaven that is going to protect you and insulate you and guide you even in the trials.
Right.
Because if he's going through a trial, you're going through a trial
by default.
Yeah. And that proving in that trial process, although it might be stressful, just understand that chastisement comes from the Lord.
Right.
And he's doing that because he's trying to improve.
Right.
He's trying to grow. He's trying to strengthen you all.
The chastisement from the Most High is a sign that he is dealing with you.
Right. And I've seen that, and I bring that up because, we just see things in the community and in these spaces. And I just think it's so important for, sisters to understand the power that they have in prayer and having the law of kindness on their lips.
Right.
Despite what's going on. You have to have integrity. And the Most High is going to deal righteously with you.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say on that.
And I just want to second that too. The scripture does say that we are to submit ourselves one to each other in the fear of the Most High. So, that's how we deal. That's how we have been able to have our relationship and our marriage as long as we have. Because when I'm not right, she'll let me know. She'll let me know. And of course, when she's not right, I will let her know. But we don't just sit there and stew in it. We sit there and we think about, okay, how can we fix this now?
Right.
How can we go about fixing this? Like you remember when we first got married, right? I was one of those guys, right? I was one of those guys that, I was on parole, sleeping in the park, on drugs, the list goes on. By no stretch of the imagination, was I the man that I am now back then, but yeah, it took time for me to grow into the person that I am right now. And my wife helped with that. She assisted me in helping me. Before we were even married, she was my helpmate. I didn't even know what a helpmate was. Danielle is a social worker by trade. Yes. Is that what we call it, by trade?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a social worker. I'm a very special guy. And we got along very well, but it's the kindness that she showed to me. She showed me a kindness that I've never received before. Even with my friends, being homeless, I had no clothes or nothing. One of my good friends, John Lopez, he gave me a bag of clothes. Yeah, brother, here's some clothes. That's all I needed. Then I needed a haircut. I got on my feet, man. Got a job. It's been off to the races since then.
Right.
But it just takes kindness.
Mm-hmm.
It truly does take kindness. And that's something that has escaped, this community.
Yeah.
Because it's really about just being puffed up,
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know Bible verses, you are nothing in a lot of cases. But a lot of brothers don't understand that you can teach with more than just the Bible, because your actions are the first teacher. Your actions are the first teaching anybody's going to receive from you before you open the scriptures. Living in community, general definition. A group of people who live in the same place, share common interests, values, or goals, and interact with one another. Values. The general definition of value. Core beliefs, principles, or standards that guide a person or group's behavior and decision making. They represent what someone considers important, right, or worthwhile. Before anybody embarks on a journey to do what we're doing, counsel needs to be had.
Yes. Count the cost.
Count the cost. You need to counsel.
You have to counsel.
Because counseling, or the lack thereof, will be the difference between you coming out here and freezing to death in the winter, or not being able to cut it in the summer because it's too hot. It's a lot of factors to weigh. So you can't just be out here doing whatever you want to do, because this environment will eat you.
Mm-hmm.
It will eat you.
It will. It's a lot. It's a lot every single day. From just getting up, like the normal things you would do in the morning. We have to run the generator in the morning.
Right. Yeah.
We have to. We have our waste baskets that have to go out every single day because we're off grid, and we
2 times a day.
don't have we don't have
running
water as far as the toilet goes.
Right.
Then you have to fill the RV up with water or some sort of system that you've created, so that you can have running water
in the RV.
In the RV, yeah. That's for us, but some people might have another system that requires like maintenance. These are like weekly, daily maintenance things. In addition to, my stuff, cooking, cleaning. I homeschool the kids. Yep. I make like 90% of our meals from scratch. Caring for the animals. We have chickens, collecting eggs.
Didn't even talk
feeding
about
the dogs. Yeah, the chickens are doing well. They're doing very well. Then you have overall yard maintenance.
Right.
Then you have to prepare for, different weather fluctuations and changes.
Right. Yeah.
Running into town takes an hour.
Yeah.
Like it's an all-day process. Not having a washer and dryer. I can wash here, but for the purpose of just getting it done, it's easier for us to go to the washer, it's easier for us to go to the laundromat in town.
Right.
But that's a whole process.
An all-day process.
It's not just a flicking on the lights and just get up and go kind of situation. Everything requires a little bit of work, a little bit of tenacity, and it requires you to have discipline.
And a little bit of wisdom. Yeah.
A lot of bit of wisdom.
Yeah.
And preparation. And that's why the communication, when a husband and a wife agree, the Most High thinks is beautiful, because it really is. Like, it's like we got like a machine going here.
Right.
Yeah. Like you're responsible for this. I'm responsible for that. If you're lacking in this area, I'm going to step up and do this. Like sometimes, ladies, I have to put gas in the generator.
Yeah.
Like you got to be mentally prepared.
If I go to work and God forbid I forget to fill the generator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to put the gas in the generator.
Yeah.
I have to learn how to put water in the RV. Right. I have to learn all the tasks. Picking up hammers and screws. Things break throughout the day, and sometimes you can't wait for your husband to come home to try to fix it. You have to learn to have some skills other than, just, obviously cooking and cleaning. Those are things that we do every day. but you have to have some skills and some strength and tenacity, and you
Right.
have to have maturity, because again, this is a very stressful environment.
Right.
Every
That's
day
right.
requires something.
Yep.
So,
A mature person knows when they don't know something.
right. Right.
You know?
Yeah.
A mature person knows when they need help.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So
Yep. Mm-hmm.
that's what we got going on, guys.
And I think we talked about that maturity, and we kind of touched on knowing your baseline, knowing what makes you tick, what stresses you out, because you're going to be being here is very high pressured.
Yeah.
So you have to know your baseline, your threshold, and give yourself rest and breaks in addition to the Shabbat, because every day you're on.
Every
And
day.
every day.
Even on the Shabbat, you're on.
You still have to.
Because you got to feed all these animals.
You got to feed the animals.
You got to pick up their poop.
You got to pick up their poop.
Feed the chickens.
Chickens, the cats.
Cats check for eggs.
We have 4 dogs at this point.
Generator still needs gas.
If
the RV runs out of water, we're pumping water.
You still got to pump that water. Yeah. Even on the Shabbat sometimes. Yeah. We try to make sure that
everything's taken care of.
Yeah. But sometimes it's just the way that it works out.
Can't neglect the animals at all.
Can't neglect the animals, even on the Shabbat. So, yeah, it's just, it takes a lot of work, but the peace that you get from being here, I don't want to scare anybody from taking this adventure. We don't want to deter anybody from doing this journey. We just want to be real and transparent, because we do have people that are reaching out, and we've had people who have wanted to stay, and we've had to turn them away because it's the middle of winter and they're not prepared mentally for this, and we don't have the structure to support people in that manner.
Going back to those barracks.
Right. So that's something that's a long-term goal, whether that be actual
tiny cabins, shipping
containers, or we were even thinking about getting like some RVs and gutting them out, renovating them, so that people are comfortable. But it is possible to be here. You get so much clarity and peace, and you learn so much about yourself being out here. And you can't hide from yourself.
You can't.
You have to face yourself out here every single day.
It's hard to be in community with people, but you're avoiding them.
Right. You can't hide.
It makes, it just shows, there's something wrong.
Right. You can't hide yourself. And you can't hide from the Most High, because everything is demanding every single day. You have to show up. So, it is a beautiful experience. Our family has grown in so many ways. The boys are thriving mentally, spiritually. Being in nature is one of the best things and best decisions that we have ever made. Our marriage is thriving here. And that only happens if you guys have good communication. Because this will either make a marriage
or
break a marriage. So just make sure you have that in your mind when you are people are reaching out and want to do this with us. That's why we want people to be able to come and test it out.
and help us.
And help.
This is not something that, it's one thing if I would have, got my hands on the land and said, oh, this is it. This is ours. I got my hands on the property and I said, oh, this is for, what did I say?
This is for the community.
This is for the community.
Mm-hmm.
This has nothing to do with me per se, but me wanting to help restore and strengthen brothers and sisters. Help is needed. And why not exercise charity somewhere where you know it's going to mean something. You know, a lot of people say that what I'm speaking about, I sound very ambitious, but do I? You know, it's definitely possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Why sit here and complain about being oppressed and cursed when we can exercise charity with each other and build little institutions that we need?
Last but not least, we have we said that we had good news, right, in the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I am expecting.
That's right. That's right.
Off-grid baby.
Off-grid baby. All praises to the Most High.
Off-grid baby. So I am number three. Yes, I'm very excited. I am so much at peace here with Matt. I was working full time and doing all the things with Uriah.
Right.
It was during COVID. I got laid off from my job. It was just a very stressful environment.
Right.
And I'm just so grateful that the Most High has blessed the fruit of my womb and in an environment where I feel so comforted and so safe. Right. And just so relaxed.
All praises.
And, this pregnancy has been interesting, a little different in terms of my sickness. I've been a lot more sick and just exhausted than I, have in the past. Yeah. I don't know if maybe because, I was busy and I couldn't really feel and just have the time yeah. to really enjoy and embrace my pregnancy. Or is there something different going on? Maybe it's a girl. Who knows? Maybe it's a girl. But either way, we are thrilled and thankful to the Most High for this, because we know that children are a reward.
Yes.
So I feel rewarded, and I am thankful to the Most High for that. So stay tuned for that.
Right.
Prayers are always, priority.
Right.
Like I said, I've been feeling very sick. So, it comes in waves. Like right now, it's been good today, but yesterday was really tough. But it comes in waves. But I am very excited, and I'm just looking forward to this. Raising a child here on the property, on the land. It's just every child, you have a different experience. So I'm just looking forward to that experience. And the boys have been very supportive. Brother Shiloh has been supportive, stepping up in ways.
Have I?
Yes, you have. And the little boys, Mattathias and Uriah, man, they are stepping up. Uriah and Matt are getting up, doing their chores.
Right.
For the most part, they haven't been giving me a hard time with homeschooling. They've been aware that something's different with mommy, and they are thrilled and excited for the new addition to the City of Refuge Homestead.
That's right. All praises to the Most High. We're gonna get ready to close this thing out.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody who has reached out to us. Mm-hmm. We appreciate everybody who has donated to the City of Refuge Homestead. Mm-hmm. Because of your donations, we have been able to up our gas reserve and our propane reserve, and we feel more comfortable with getting through winter.
Yes, and we want to mention that we had a night that it was like
8 degrees.
It was so cold. When I tell you, the ice was so cold that the windows were frozen.
Yeah,
frozen shut. There was condensation. So when you're in an RV, you get condensation.
Right.
That condensation was frozen. And we actually had a pipe. What was it?
It was a piece of PEX.
A piece of PEX.
A valve on the PEX froze.
That froze. Right. Yeah.
So we had to run the diesel heater.
Yes.
Underneath the RV and point it in the direction of the valve to melt any ice that was in there, so the water can flow through the pipes.
Right, because the water would not flow through the RV.
Yeah.
Like our RV is insulated underneath, so for the most part it keeps the water warm. But I guess that piece it wouldn't allow it to like flow, right? Is that how it went?
That's the only piece that's not under the underbelly. It's the only piece that's not protected under the RV by the insulation. It's hanging out under the RV in the open.
Yeah. So we wanted to mention that because brother, was it Armand?
Yes.
The house of Armand.
Yes, the house of brother Armand. Man. Yes, that diesel heater.
That diesel heater.
Yes.
Came in a clutch.
The Vivor.
Man. Yes. And the animals, like we have cats. Yes. They have been loving it on those really cold nights. So we are so grateful for that. And I think his wife had sent some gloves for the children. And
brother DJ Judah and his wife sent Snuggies.
Yes.
Y'all better get you a Snuggie.
Y'all better get you a Snuggie.
I got a Snuggie.
Because
there's nothing what's the word?
Demasculated.
There's nothing demasculated about a Snuggie. Get you a Snuggie, man.
Oh man.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, the Snuggie.
The Snuggie, man.
Man, that thing comes in handy.
It's getting us through.
It's getting us through. Yes. Because we don't want to run the propane continually.
Right.
So if we keep it low and then we have our Snuggies, everybody's comfortable.
Everybody.
And we can save on resources. So we're just so thankful for everybody who continues to think about us in prayer.
Because that's what it means. You know,
resources.
They're thinking about us.
Yes.
They sit, brother Yamir too. I have to thank brother Yamir. Mm-hmm. He sent something yesterday.
Yes,
he texted me. I was thinking about you, brother.
Right.
All praise to the Most High, and thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're just so grateful to everybody who is thinking of us and praying for us. I truly believe that, due to your prayers, we have been covered here on the land. And we're just praying that, the vision that the Most High put on Brother Shiloh, that it could be established and it could be pure. And it can be a help to people because we have been helped.
Yes.
And we would not be here if we did not get help.
Yeah.
And that's all we want to do. That's all we want to do,
that's
truly. Right. And we're not doing no foolishness.
There's no folly. Zero folly.
Zero
folly.
So
that is going to be the saying.
Yep.
When you mention City of Refuge, zero folly.
Zero folly.
And we want to thank once again everybody who has helped. Mm-hmm. We want to make sure. What?
I forgot, brother Boaz.
Oh,
yes,
brother Boaz. Yes, I forgot, brother Boaz from the Covenant Homestead.
Yes.
All praises to the Most High, brother Boaz. I will be going up, if it be the Lord's will. I will be going up in the first 2 weeks of January to go and work with the brother. I really do appreciate you opening that door. And if it's the Most High's will, I would like to walk through it, because this is one thing I wanted to talk about, but look,
it's getting this video is getting long.
It's getting long.
I don't know, whoever's staying to the end.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're the real ones.
When brothers are in position, instead of sitting back and thinking about how can I take that position from the brother? You need to be wearing out the brother's steps, learning from the brother to see how can I get into a position like this, right? I would like to start a business.
Yes.
To be able to help brothers here when they come.
Yep.
Brother Boaz has that knowledge. Brother Boaz has that skill. You understand? So we just want to thank Brother Boaz as well for opening the door. And go ahead.
No, just for the opportunity.
Yeah, just for the opportunity. We just want to thank the brother for the opportunity. We're not here to disappoint. You got anything else you want to say before we close?
No, that's it.
All right. And once again, we just want to be a help to the Israelite community.
Right.
That's all we want to do. We just want to be a help. I don't want to lord over anybody.
No.
I don't want anybody's weekly checks. This is not about sending me to Beijing. This is about getting things in order right here.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can't get nothing in order anywhere else until things are in order right here.
Mm-hmm.
You brothers and sisters, stay tuned, stay encouraged, stay righteous, and stay dangerous. Thank you so much. And shalom to you from the City of Refuge, Homestead.
Shalom.
Video. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching the City of Refuge, Homestead.